Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? My name is Coach Dimitri from Pure Motivation Fitness, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the top 3 client frustrations. You got it. Top 3 client frustrations. How's it going, guys? It's Wednesday evening. It's November. We're approaching the holidays. Christmas is around the corner. New Year's is around the corner. I've been on the phone today with a few clients, and the same 3 frustrations have come up with new members that we're speaking to. And I figured, you know what? Why not pull out my camera? Why not make a little video? And why not talk to you guys about the top 3 frustrations that I hear people, I don't want to say complaining about, but constantly giving negative excuses for and giving reasons as to why they're having trouble starting a fitness plan or why they're having a trouble with their current plan right now. So let's break them down to the top 3. If anyone has any questions, you're more than happy to let us know. But the top 3 frustrations of why people do not enjoy exercising, okay? Here's the first one. They hate dieting, okay? So people hate dieting. Yes, dieting is something that not everyone likes to do. There are people who love preparing their meal plans. There's people who love preparing their food. But there's also a lot of people out there that this doesn't come natural to. For those of you who have kids and families out there, for those of you who are currently in school, college, university, for those of you who are currently starting a new business, or you're trying to hold on to your current business due to all the challenges you're dealing with COVID, dieting is something that you typically do not like doing. And these 3 barriers are ones that kind of get into place and throw you off from your regular routine. So let's talk about dieting and why people hate it. Well, the first thing you should realize is dieting has to do with calories coming in and calories coming out. Okay? Now, depending on what body type you are, we specialize in body type training here. Whether you're an ectomorphic person with a fast metabolism, long linear body type, someone that can get away with eating a lot of carbohydrates, or whether the person is mesomorphic or endomorphic, those 2 body types have a medium or super slow metabolism. You can tell because someone is more stockier build, their arms are not as long. They typically could put on muscle and fat very easily. Dieting doesn't come natural for you. But you got to remember one thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you're talking about food here, you're talking about calories being burned and calories being consumed. If you're eating more calories than you're burning, you're going to be gaining weight. If you are burning the same amount of calories as you're consuming, you're going to be maintaining your weight. And if you're burning a lot more calories, you're consuming less, okay, you're going to be losing weight. So one of the main things that people hate is dieting, because there is a bit of a challenge involved, which has to do with you managing your food. Okay. Secondly, you got to remember that if you've gained body fat, okay, dun 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 dun, okay, body fat, it lies underneath our skin. It grows in between our organs. Over years and over time of you eating improperly and you not moving your body and not exercising, your body's got no other means but to store this energy. Just like if I had a cup of water right now and I poured in a cup and a half, you're going to get spillage. So you got to remember, if you hate dieting, you're the one who either has been eating incorrectly for a bunch of years, you're the one who's not been training for a bunch of years. So now when you're in a position that you want to make changes to it, you got to realize that it takes a little bit of work, okay? So that's one area. Secondly, or thirdly, you want to make sure that you're mapping out your direction, okay? If you hate dieting and you don't like eating vegetables, you don't like cutting out your carbs, you don't like following a meal plan, you gotta have some kind of a map, guys. Because the first person I spoke to this afternoon around 12:30 was saying to me, I wanna come in, I wanna get some training, I wanna lose 45 pounds, but I'm not into nutrition, I'm not into dieting. Well, if you don't have a plan of what you're gonna be following, you can't learn what's working. Regardless of what body type you are, you have to be able to understand patterns. Now, when it comes to the human body, We have so many different things that get involved with throwing our metabolisms off. You got hormone, you got age, you got fitness level, you got stress level, you got peer pressure from people not making you want to work out, you got foods that are high in sugar. There's so many things that are involved. So if you hate dieting and it's one of your top 3 client frustrations, you gotta have some kind of a map that you're following. And if you don't have a map, if you don't have something written down saying, for my first breakfast, I'm gonna have 3 different options. And I'm gonna try these 3 different options. And after 2 weeks of trying them, if I don't feel I have the proper energy, I can make the changes for it. If I follow this dinner or this lunch, and I check my scale out in the next 2 to 3 weeks, if there's no changes, then you can go back and make alterations to get the result you want, okay? So hating dieting is one of the biggest or the top 3 things that some of the clients feel in terms of getting involved in a fitness program. Next one, ready for this one? Okay, they hate something. What do they hate? Training, okay? So for those of you who are in bed at night thinking, damn it, I feel sluggish, my back hurts, my neck hurts, my knees hurt, I'm not happy about the way I look, I'm not happy the fact that I cannot play basketball with my kids, I can't go jogging with my spouse. Well, that's because you have a fear of training, okay? I don't think there's anyone in the world that hates doing something that's gonna be good for you, okay? If you don't like brushing your teeth in the morning, you still do it because brushing your teeth is going to keep your mouth clean and you're not going to get cavities. So if you do hate training, I'm going to remind you something, okay? There's 3 things that you can't hide from, okay? Death, it's going to happen one day whether you're a good person or bad person. Taxes, you're going to have to pay Uncle Sam the taxes, whether you're in Canada, US, Europe, wherever you are. And number 3, fitness. So you need to acknowledge, you need to accept the fact, you need to man up or woman up and tell yourself that if you don't like exercise, you will have a poor lifestyle. Please don't take this the wrong way for anyone that has a physical disability, a physical challenge, that is not able to exercise. But we have clients like Jess Silver, who has gone through many, many struggles, adversities, who is dealing with physical limitations and still comes to the gym and exercises. So remember that you can't hide from training, okay? Whether you like it or not, you can't say that I'm just gonna be dieting, because I've met so many people who diet and cut out their carbs and they follow these fad diets and they're thinking that they're gonna burn body fat, but without building muscle tissue, ladies and gentlemen, without building your body's metabolism, without increasing strength in your body cannot metabolize fat the same way. That's it, it's plain and simple, okay? So for number 2, you gotta find a reason of why you're training, okay? You don't like exercising? I got it. You don't like the way you look? Okay, perfect. If you don't like the way you look, then that's a reason why you exercise. I don't like exercising, I hate exercising. Fine. You don't like the fact that your blood pressure is high? You don't like the fact that you look down and instead of seeing your private, maybe you're seeing a little bit more tushy in the way? You don't like exercising, but you don't like the fact that when you walk the flight of stairs in your home or your work, you're getting tired? Remember, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you can't achieve it. And that's the blockage that people have when they're thinking about achieving a goal. There's a fear in front of them, instead of them thinking of, what are the steps that I can do to achieve this? Okay? Now, you gotta pre-plan and you have to have it as an appointment. So we're going back to the 3 client frustrations. 1, I hate dieting. Number 2, I hate training. Well, if you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, I'm gonna set up my workout for the evening. Perfect. Your day begins, you conquer the morning, you have your afternoon chaos, your evening is gonna be thrown off. You may have thought you're gonna work out in the evening sometime, but due to work, due to kids, due to emergency, due to you getting a flat tire, you didn't book it in your schedule, you didn't block things around, so now you're not gonna work out, okay? That's not gonna make you feel well. So what you gotta do to get over this hump is just pre-book it in your schedule. Get your phone out, get your manual calendar, whatever you got. Block in 4 days of the week. If you're looking to burn 20 to 25 pounds plus, you gotta do 5 days of exercise, okay? And for the simple rule of thumb is this. I was with my mother-in-law yesterday and I was explaining to her why she needs 5 days of movement to lose weight or to be active. And if you get your calculator out and you say, okay, 3 divided by 7, that's 42%. 42% is not even 50% of efficiency. So if you're trying to lose weight or trying to become fit or trying to become a better basketball player or you're trying to become better at learning some kind of software, if you're doing less than 50% of the effort, how can you expect to get results with it? How can you expect to make it a lifestyle? Now, if I go 5 divided by 7, ladies and gentlemen, 71%. Okay? So if you're doing something more frequently and it's booked in your schedule, chances are you're gonna find something you like about it. Whether it's the feeling you get after a workout, whether it's the pump you have in your muscles, whether it's the energy or the dopamine you feel driving home from the gym, whether it's the rise in metabolic rate you feel, whether it's just the feeling of accomplishment that you said, I'm gonna work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. and you actually stuck to your goal. Because remember, part of hating exercise is the fact that you hate failing yourself. And remember that the most part of fitness or being a healthy lifestyle, you got the mind, body, and soul. The mind is the first part. If you can't set your mind right to eat healthy and to exercise, nothing's gonna work out. Okay? And then lastly is, we talked about finding a reason to exercise if you don't like exercising. We talked about pre-planning it into your day, make it an appointment. And we said number 3 is hire a coach. Get a friend to work out with. Join a class. If you don't like exercising by yourself, how the heck are you gonna build up the motivation, the discipline, the confidence? How are you gonna be able to make this part of your lifestyle if you don't like doing it by yourself? So hire a coach. Pull out your books, your accounting books. Anyone watching here right now, I want you to add up how much you're spending in car insurance, home insurance, life insurance, critical illness. If there's any other fees you're paying monthly that you're paying between $80 to $150 worth or even more, look at those fees and tell yourself, do you enjoy paying that fee? I pay a life insurance fee in case, knock on wood, something happens to me and I'm not around and there's some extra help for my family, my kids. Do I like paying it? No. Because unless something really happens to me, that money is just going away every month. The same thing with car insurance. Do we have to pay it? Yes. Do you want to have car insurance? Yes. But what happens if you haven't had an accident for 3-4 years, right? Can you give a live gym tour? Yes, I will give you a live gym tour as soon as we're done this. Stick around and I will do that. Who's that? They're in basement. All right. So hire a coach, get some assistance with your program, and remember the 3 A's of accomplishing any goal. Accept responsibility. Tell yourself, am I doing well or am I not doing well? Do I need a coach? Number 2, acknowledge, can I do it by myself? If not, get someone to help you out with. Find a friend to work out with. And number 3, advance. Anticipate in advance. Do better in what you're looking for. Number 3, okay, we're talking about the 3 frustrations that people have. 1, we talked about, they hate dieting. Yes, I understand you hate dieting. I hate dieting sometimes too, but I know that if I diet for a period of 4 to 8 weeks and I follow a plan and I book my workouts, I will notice a change in my physique, which in ends is gonna make me happier. Now, the last part is this. Results take too long, okay? Results take too long. Results take too long. Now, who says that? The people who have either been frustrated, the people who are mad, the people who want the result right away because they don't like the way they feel, they don't like the way they look, they don't like the way their life is going. They say, well, if I'm going to pay the money, I want the result. If I'm going to hire a trainer, I want the result. If I'm going to start dieting, I want the result. If I'm going to start training in the mornings, I want the result. I get it. And everybody should be able to get results when you exercise. But you got to remember one thing. Are you doing the right work to get the result? Okay? Insanity by Albert Einstein is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So let's talk about 3 tips or 3 action steps you can do to help yourself out. 1, you got to remember that we're not perfect. Okay? You may be starting your fitness journey late in life. You may be starting your fitness journey in your 40s, in your 50s. We meet people all the time who are starting a little bit later in life. Treat the gym like you treat your friends. I love it. Build a relationship with your health. Love it. Okay? So if you're starting your fitness journey later in life, remember that it's okay if it takes a little longer, because some people cannot exercise, and you have to have gratitude first. And you got to tell yourself that it's okay if I don't get the results that I wanted in the first 3 weeks, because I'm building up to it. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to think to yourself, okay, it takes 9 months for a female to have a baby. 9 months. So if it takes 9 months to have a baby and you're looking to lose 20, 25, 30 pounds of this, well, shouldn't we look at 1 pound per week? Let's say 30 weeks, 40 weeks. We have people coming in here and calling us saying, I want to lose 80 pounds. Amazing. We'd love to do that. We've helped clients lose 80 pounds. But you've got to remind yourself that the results may take long. They may take time. They may take detours where you got to actually learn how to work with your coach, with your program, with your nutrition. Because the beauty about biology, physiology in our bodies is there's no one method that works. We specialize in body type training at PMF. So we help people understand how their metabolism and how their body responds to certain carbohydrates and how their body responds to certain exercise. Because if you look at people in public, we all are different. Now, it doesn't mean that this program is going to work right away for one body type. You may have a thyroid issue and you may have a slow metabolism. So now we got to work with 2 challenges. And you may have limitations due to poor shoulder mobility, and you may have a bad knee. Now we have 4 limitations. That doesn't mean we can't get to the goal. Okay? Another thing you got to remember that is, without a proper plan, your results will take long. And as a coach for 24 years, someone that has loved waking up, coming to a facility, whether it's our club or clubs that I've worked at, I love helping individuals get results. There's a high you get when someone does better, okay? Just like a teacher that helps a student do very well when they're doing poorly at something. But you gotta remind them that it does take time. And if you don't have a program you're following, you're clueless. Just like if I don't have proper accounting help from my accountant, Mike, or if I don't have proper mentorship from some of the coaches that I followed, Tim, Thomas Plummer, some of the coaches that have worked with me in terms of helping structure my business, my program. Some of my personal coaches that have helped me out with my bodybuilding when I competed. Some of the coaches that worked for us in the club that helped me make decisions to make the club run well. If you don't have a plan, you need to understand that not only will you probably run out of energy and then have frustrations of hating dieting, hating training, and your results taking too long, but you can't look back and you can't scale anything. You can't look back and say, okay, you know what? I've been training in the morning for 4 weeks. I've been doing only AM cardio for 25 minutes on an empty stomach. I've been following a calorie restricted meal plan of 1,600 calories. And I've been following a workout on 2 days a week. If you have a plan that you've been following and nothing changes, remember you can always go back to that plan, change it, and then automatically you'll have a shock to your body. Your central nervous system will be shocked because you're actually changing the routine. Your metabolic rate will be shocked because you're changing the calories you're eating. Maybe you're going to cycle for a few days. Maybe you're going to change things up. So I don't want to rant and rave for too long. I wanted to kind of break some myths and talk about the 3 client frustrations, because I spoke to about 3 or 4 people today and they all were saying the same thing. And what's even worse now is with COVID in our lifestyles, we're more afraid, okay? We're more afraid to make that first step. Now, for those of you who said, I want to do a tour in the club, I'm going to walk around, I'll give you a tour, and I'll show you what the club is like. But more importantly, you got to realize this. Whether you want to go to a gym or not, first make that decision to yourself and tell yourself, I shall become healthier. I'm going to do it for me. I'm not doing it for the guy in the camera. I'm not doing it for anybody in my work. I'm doing it for myself and for my family. Number one. Number two, you got to sit down and go paper to pen and tell yourself, or pen to paper, and tell yourself, what is it that you really want? And then write down why you want that goal. There's something magical that's going to happen when you actually take time to write it out. Notice I'm saying write it out, not type it out. Typing it out, texting it out is different versus you writing it out, okay? It's going to sit in your brain really long. And you can actually look at what you wrote down. So you know what? I wrote this down. And thirdly, you actually got to have a proper plan in place. You can't just decide you want to start cutting out your carbs because you followed someone else who's cutting out their carbs. You can't just say, I'm going to go walking every night and that's my form of cardio. Guys, walking does not work. Unless you're 65, 75 years of age and up, walking is almost, I don't want to say a waste of time, but you can spend 25 minutes at home going up and down your stairs, doing push-ups off your stairs, doing squats off your stairs in your home, or if you live in a condominium, in a building, wherever, and get better results, okay? So remember that fitness is challenging. Fitness is not for everybody, okay? I love fitness. If I didn't work out, I probably would lose my cool. Something would be off with my mental state. I need fitness to keep myself calm and relaxed. Now that's the way I'm wired. There's thousands of people that are the same way as me. Now they didn't start off like that. Somehow they found a mentor, they found a coach, someone that helped them get in this direction. But if you're someone that's afraid and you're frustrated right now and you're watching saying, you know what, I hate dieting, I hate training, and it's taking too long, then you got to say, you know what, I'm going to try a different approach. I'm going to get a coach to work on this. I'm going to see if I can find some way to get help. If you want to get help and you don't want to come to a studio or you don't live in Vaughan, you can go to purefit.ca and you can do an online training program with us. That's right, from your home. We can provide you customized nutrition meal planning. We can provide you accountability checkups every 2 weeks. Where just like this, we do a Zoom meeting and we can talk to you about what it is that you need help with, okay? We can build a program for you. There's people that we're helping and we're coaching that don't even live in Ontario. And they're telling us of the space they have in their basement, the equipment they have, and we're putting together amazing workouts for them, okay? We'll customize you with online virtual classes. You can train with a coach, be in a small group every evening. If you live in Vaughan, and you want to be part of a small studio, something that's customized, something that has 6 people per class, you're more than welcome to come try us out. And the reason why we have this trial is to let people feel comfortable in the fact that every time you come to the studio, you will be put in a small group training class, getting some form of coaching, or you can work with a coach one-on-one, or we can provide you a program to do on your own. That's it, that easy. Okay, so Michael Bedia, what's going on? I'm going to give you a quick tour of our club so you can see what's going on. For those of you who don't know, there's Rita, Rockstar Rita. Rita's going to help out anyone in terms of booking their classes, scheduling nutrition sessions, helping anyone out with any type of programming they need. Coach Ryan over here, he's doing his workout. This part of the studio is used for either small group training in this end. We also have another dedicated area. And remember, if you're looking at training in a club with a small volume of people, here's a class right now, ready? How many people are in that class? Melissa, how many people are in your class? One. Oh my God, one. So for some reason, the other folks didn't show up or they didn't book. Mr. Samurai, he's getting a one-on-one private session. Where? In this small private box. Not sharing equipment. As you can see, whoever's joining a class, your equipment is there, ready for you. What do we got over here? We got a MyZone heart rate monitor. We can gauge and know exactly where your heart rate is throughout the workout, tell how many calories you're burning and what intensity level you're at. And this board over here with all these numbers basically shows you all of our members and the MET points in terms of how many MET points they're getting as they train. We have another small group training area for those of you who like to train privately. Coach Matt in the house. He's also known as the Viking. So in this room over here, we can provide you one-on-one training, two-on-one training, kickboxing classes, spin cross classes. And again, you can see the taped off areas on the ground so people can have the space. This is not a high volume club. We do not believe in high volume. We've never done so since day one. And our focus is on making sure that we provide a customized experience for you based on your body type. That's it, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this short little video on the 3 frustrations people have. If you're looking for help with your fitness program, send us a DM right now. We'll give you a complimentary 7-day pass to our program, an hour and a half of personal training complimentary. I don't like that light in the background. An hour and a half of training, a half an hour of nutritional assessments, full access to our classes, no obligation to show you what we're about. That's it, that's all. Have an amazing evening, guys. And remember, when it comes to health and fitness, your attitude is everything. But more important than your attitude is the fact that you need to make a decision that you're gonna make a difference in your lifestyle. It's not gonna come to you. You need to make the decision today. Take care, all the best, peace and love.